Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Alucard. Hey, I've been seeing a lot of hate for Wolverine lately in Marvel Rivals, and it's driving me insane. So today I wanted to delve into what makes Wolverine good in my eyes, and the thing he has to offer to a team in terms of viability. Alright, so right off the rip I want to talk about what the character does good. Alright, so I've been going around watching a lot of guides for this character. I've been watching a lot of people talk about this character, and they seem to think that he is meant to be like Iron Fist, like Spider-Man, Black Panther, that he's supposed to be able to dive the back line and kill a healer. But the first thing I think of when I think of Wolverine is I think of him fighting the Hulk. I think of him fighting Sabretooth, Omega Red, Silver Samurai, like big ass Sentinels. Like this character does not fight small characters like that. You say Lady Deathstrike, but even then she's taller than him. Like all these characters are big, beefy, tank build characters. And I guarantee when they add Sabretooth to the game, he's gonna be a Vanguard, a tank. I see a lot of petitioning online to change his character, change his kit, but I see it very fitting. I think the developers understand the character. I just think he's done well, and I enjoy the gameplay in this game. I enjoy being able to dive on a Hulk or a Penny and just absolutely shredding them, which everybody can do. Every DPS can kill a tank pretty quickly. I've tested it. Like Black Widow can kill a tank in like 4 shots. Squirrel Girl's pretty good at it. Hella's fucking amazing at it. Like all these other DPSs are really fucking good at it. But the thing I think Wolverine has over all of them is displacement. Displacement's very fucking helpful for an engager. If you displace, if you don't know what displace means, it's a form of CC where you move them up and away. You just move them from where they're at, right? I use that terms in like a lot of role-playing games and shit like that. But if you displace an engager away from their team, it really interrupts what they're trying to do. So if you jump in with Wolverine, you use your right click, your Savage, or whatever the fuck it's called, to slash in, and then you displace the tank wherever you want. You can take them away from their team in a little corner. You can take them into your team. You can just do whatever. It just interrupts everything they're doing. It's almost a free kill every time. It's also very important that you only target the tanks. Like I'm being 100% about this when you play Wolverine. Like I don't give a shit if like Iron Fist is in your face hitting you. Pop your E and you right click away from him. You just get away from him and you engage on the tank. Like if you can, right? You can always run. You should always run away if somebody's chasing you down like that. But if somebody's standing in front of you and the tank is behind them, you have to get around them to the tank. The tank needs to die if you're playing Wolverine. It needs to be your number one priority. It's always who you should fucking focus until they're dead. And then you can move on to the rest of the team. Now, I do think he could see some changes or like buffs to his kit. I think his E, the one that damage reduction ability, I think you should be able to passively heal with that. Kind of like how Iron Fist heals. I think it makes no sense that Wolverine just only heals when he's about to die. Like, it's not how he works. I also think they should give him the ability to cling to a wall, similar to how the Hulk can cling the walls in this game. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the Hulk can jump to a wall and grab it and just hang there. Yeah, I don't think he can climb it, or like, like Spider-Man, like wall climb onto it. But he can, in fact, hang there. I think Wolverine should have that ability. It would make setting up for grabbing a tank much easier. Now that I got out the most useful part of his kit, I think the Berserker Rage is the second most important part of his kit. Uh, at 0%, it takes 3 full basic attack chains plus 1 to kill a squishy. So you hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, and then like Luna Snow is dead. Right? That's fucking horrible. You should never target a Luna Snow like that without Berserker Rage. But let's say a tank is in the middle and the healers are behind him. You jump on that tank, you displace him away, you kill him. Now you're at 100% Berserker Rage. You go over to the Luna Snow and just basic attacking. It takes 2 full chains, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's dead. It almost cuts it in half if you think about it. Because you don't have to do that. You don't have to start that 4th attack chain to kill her. Now I want to talk about his abilities, starting with his basic attack. So his normal attack is a 15 damage per strike, 4 chain melee attack. The number's horrible on its own, but the key is it deals damage equal to 1.5% of the target's max health with an extra 0.045% damage for each point of rage. Now, if I got my math right, which I'm pretty sure I did, if you were to take a 650 HP tank, like Penny or Hulk, and you hit them with one basic attack, you would do 24.75 damage based on her or his health. That's not even taking into account his Berserker Rage passive, which amplifies it by an extra 0.045%. So let's say you have 100%. And if I got my math right again, if you're at 100% Berserker Rage and you hit a 650 HP tank, you're doing 49.5 damage to that tank. So his next ability is Feral Leap. This is that displacement ability I was talking about. So it does damage right when you snatch him. It does 35 a hit when you snatch him. And it does 35 a hit when you smash him down to the ground. It stuns them for 0.75 seconds, and it gives you a buff to your basic attacks for 4 seconds. This buff is really good. I think you can hit maybe 20 or 24 times with it active. Now the health scaling is reduced a little bit from the normal basic attack, but honestly when you're hitting that fast it doesn't matter, and it's going to be more than just basic attacking them. I think the biggest flaw to this ability is the 12-second cooldown, because the cooldown doesn't start until after the ability's over. So you're going to pop it, you're going to take a couple seconds to drag him away, do whatever. You're going to get on the ground, and you're going to hit him for 4 seconds, and then the cooldown will start. This is, in my eyes, Wolverine's most important ability in the game. Like, without this ability, you're not engaging on tanks, you're not disengaging from a fight if you have to, if you're about to die and you don't want maybe your passive procced, or you just want to get out. His next ability is Undying Animal. I'm pretty sure on the website there's a typo because it says it gives you a damage boost. You don't feel a damage boost in the game. I'm not sure if there is one, but you definitely feel the reduced damage. So I'm going to guess it's a typo and that's meant to be 50% reduced damage. But it lasts 5 seconds and has a 16-second cooldown. This ability effectively makes Wolverine a tank. Real quick, I'm making a little audio edit. What I mean by effectively making him a tank is that Wolverine basically has 300 HP flat. So when you pop this ability that reduces damage by 50%, it gives him 450 HP effectively. So if you hear me later talking about 700 HP bullshit, it's because his passive gives him 300 more health when he dies. Right, it gives him 450 health for the 5 seconds that it's active. And if you pair this with one of his passives, it just gives him over 700 health. It's insane. He can go in and do what he has to do, either displace the tank, kill the tank wherever it's at, just go in, go crazy with Wolverine, play him how you see me playing him in the video, pretty much. His next ability is Vicious Rampage. This is a very fast dash forward. It has a 7.5 meter maximum distance and a 3 meter range. The damage on this ability is identical to the basic attack. It does all the same numbers. I don't really use this for damage. The cooldown on it is 3 seconds. I use this ability mainly as like a movement tool, an engagement tool, and a disengagement tool. So what I mean by that is I'll go in using this ability. I'll always jump on a tank using this. I'll never leap in. I'll always use this ability. And then I'll leap on the tank, do whatever I do on him. And then if he runs away, I'll use it to engage back on him. Or if like their team is swarming on me, I'll use it to disengage, either by going up on like a ledge somewhere or just getting away in general. I think this is his best utility tool, and you can use it in any way you want. You can do damage with it, you can engage, disengage, whatever you want. I do think that this ability should have like a damage buff at some point in the future. I don't think it should be identical to the basic attack, especially since for one you're slashing with both claws very fastly. I think maybe just up it to maybe 20 damage, maybe 2.5% of the max health. Just anything to increase the damage, and then it would be more viable, like canceling the basic attack string with it. But as of right now, it's really just a movement tool. His next ability is his regenerative healing factor. This is a major part of Wolverine's identity as a character. Um, it's a passive in this game. How it effectively works is when you die, you regain health based on your other passive, his Berserker Rage. So let's say you drop from 300 HP to 0. You'll, at base 0% Berserker Rage, you'll gain 150 health. If you're at max Berserker Rage, you gain 300 health. The bonus health lasts for 3 seconds. And the conversion stuff with this is really weird because if you're getting healed with it, it goes away. So if you hit the 300 health and as you're getting healed, let's say somebody's healing you, it'll like disappear and shift back to your normal health. So you'll never see that number like 700 HP. You'll never see that number specifically. You're going to see 300 HP in blue like a shield if you have 100% rage. And then as you get healed, it'll fill your health part and it'll shrink that shield. This ability is fantastic. It's fucking amazing. I think this is easily the best part of his kit, if you look at it from a gameplay standpoint. Being able to just have like a free revive like this is kind of crazy. The worst part is the 90-second cooldown. This thing, I never play around this thing. If I see it up, I'll go crazy. Like, I'll dive as far as I can. But if not, I still play normally without it. 90 seconds is a little long, but when it's up, it's useful. So his last core ability is his Berserker Rage. So this ability it syncs with everything in his kit, right? Whether you're getting hit or you're doing damage, it'll build. I wouldn't worry about the numbers in specific, like it builds like seven points a hit with a basic attack. When you like leap with somebody, it builds points a hit. Like it'll just build naturally. You'll never notice it. You'll never be like, oh, I'm at 57%. I need to do this to get it higher. But this ability scales with every single ability that he does. So it'll do percent-based damage to health. I did some of the math earlier on some of the basic attacks and shit, and I added that to the video earlier. You would really have to go through and look at every ability and calculate everything to see exactly how much this adds. But just know that it adds damage, and it adds significant damage. So this should always be at 100% when you're fighting. If it's not at 100%, hit something, hit somebody, get it to 100%. This also gives the bonus health to the other passive ability, so when this is at 100%, you'll gain the healing factor. It's a good ability. It syncs with him. It's appropriate. I know in the basic attack skin, or like the basic skin with him, it makes his hair all floaty and shit, which is very cool. I don't use it though, because the classic yellow skin's the best. It's my favorite. His last ability is the Metal Cannonball. Any comic fan knows the fastball special with Colossus. So Wolverine will perch on Hulk's arm, and Hulk will be able to throw Wolverine. You can set on him as long as you want. I've sat on Hulk for up to 30 seconds doing this. Hulk will be able to throw you into the fight, out of the fight, whatever. It has a 3-second cooldown if you hop off, if any of you cancel it. And it has a 15-second cooldown if Hulk throws you. Now the cool thing about this ability that I've noticed is that Hulk can jump while he's holding Wolverine. So if Hulk jumps straight in the air and then throws you, it's just cool as shit, right? In my opinion, this is the best team up in the game. Not in terms of like, oh, it's gonna win you the game, but just in terms of this is what the game is trying to be when they introduce the team up mechanic. Like most of the team ups in this game are like, they're like little passives or they're like little ability enhancements, like the shit with like Namor's frozen squid, like stuff like that. But this is a true team up ability. Like you work together. There's only one other like this, right? It's the Rocket in the Groot, or the Shark in the Groot one. These are the two that I would use to like represent the team up mechanic. It's just really cool. There should be more team ups like this. Like, imagine if fucking Iron Man could use his Unibeam on Captain America's shield. Like, that's something they do in the comics, and it's like they did it in the movies too, in the Civil War movies. Like, it's big imagery with Marvel Comics is that thing going on in Civil War. Now that all of his abilities are out the way, what I think about him, what he does, I want to talk about the matchups. Just right off the back, he fucking fights every tank really well, with the exception of Doctor Strange. Most Doctor Strange players still don't know that Wolverine can shred him very fast, right? So they'll just hold their shield out because they think that melee stops, or the shield stops melee, which it doesn't. But a good Doctor Strange player will just fly into the air, and there's nothing a Wolverine can do. Unless I hard CC him, like I'll leap onto him, I'll dash into him, I'll leap him out, hit him a couple times, and then ult him and try to kill him fast. But a good Doctor Strange player will always just fly out. That is probably the worst matchup in terms of tanks with Wolverine. Everybody else, there are little nitpicks I have. Like, sometimes Penny's mines might kill me. You really want somebody to kill the thing with Penny's mines before you engage onto a Penny. Hulk's detransformation will always be annoying, especially as Wolverine, because you just gotta kind of sit there. Magneto's ult can get him out of a fight. Magneto's shield can stop you from doing anything. So if he pops a shield, you just kind of have to disengage and try again. Venom's extra health is so annoying, but it also amplifies your damage against him because of all the percent bonuses and all that bullshit. Thor's easy pickings. Thor is really, 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 really bad against Wolverine. I shit on Thor's consistently. That's it for the tanks, really. Damage, DPS-wise, Iron Fist counters Wolverine horribly. If you're fighting an Iron Fist 1v1, you better pray you have ult up, or pray that somebody's going to help you, because Iron Fist just completely beats Wolverine out. Like, his counter thing just completely gets rid of everything you're doing, especially if you leap and have the buff. He'll just instantly beat you out on that. Any flying character like Storm or Wolverine, like, you can get to them. Like, if you pull off some crazy shit, like you leap into the air and you snatch them, you could kill them, but they're just gonna fly up again. It's a horrible matchup. I wouldn't recommend playing Wolverine into an Iron Man Storm comp unless they have two tanks. If it's one tank, I maybe. Depends on who that tank is. Like, if it's a Venom, I would play Wolverine personally, because every time that Venom crashes my backline, I'm just grabbing him and taking him away and killing him. But just two flying, I can't justify it enough. It's really, really hard to engage on them. They have to come to you, pretty much. Unless some crazy shit happens, like Hulk throws you into him and you snatch him out of the air. Other DPS I'd say to watch out for is Black Panther. He's very, very fast. He has way too many dashes to catch up to. Moon Knight's Onks are kind of annoying, but the good thing about Moon Knight is if you hit the Onks, you gain Berserker Rage. It builds up your meter. Spider-Man, forget about it. You're not catching Spider-Man unless you ult him. Fucking Punisher's turret is very, very Wolverine repellent. If you are going to target a Punisher, try to sneak around him. Star-Lord, I know somewhere in this clip there's a Star-Lord fighting me. Star-Lord is another hard-ass character to catch just because of the dashes. Pretty much anybody with a dash, it's kind of hard to catch. Magic's pretty annoying with her portal. Winter Soldier, I do pretty well against Winter Soldier. Every single time he pulls me, it's in perfect range of the leap. So if a Winter Soldier pulls me, I'll just instantly leap, and it stops what he's trying to do, pretty much. Especially if he's doing the jump cancel that I see a lot doing now, where they jump at melee, I'll just instantly hit shift, and I'll just take him away. Squirrel Girl counters Wolverine. She'll do that little root ability and just insta-kill Wolverine. Now, supports. The two biggest supports that absolutely are horrible to engage with this Wolverine are Jeff and Rocket. When Jeff's in the water, he is much faster than you, or in the water, like in the ground. He's much faster than you, and he heals. Like you can't leap him in there. You can't ult him in the ground. You can just dash and hit him with melees, and you'll never kill him. If Jeff doesn't want to engage with the Wolverine, he'll never engage with the Wolverine because he will just get out. In Rocket, and again in the clip I'm playing in the background, there was a Rocket, and he could just dash out. He doesn't have to engage with you if he doesn't want to. And he's so tiny that the leap is kind of weird with him. Just don't engage with those two if you see him. Maybe hit him if you can, try to kill him, but just try not to. Loki's another problematic one. His shift. That shift heal is really fucking good for everybody really. But if you're fighting a tank in his shift heal, I would just forget about it. Just try to shift him out, maybe get him out of the heal. His clones are pretty annoying. I guess that's the only other problematic healer. Other than that, all the healers are pretty easy if you just right click on them and shift them out, unless they ult. Like Luna and Mantis ult is annoying for everybody in the game, I'm sure. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak's basic attack, similar to Scarlet Witch, which I didn't talk about, counter melee characters hard, just because of the nature of it being auto attacky, and the range on it's good, and this shit can track you anywhere, dude. Like, I deal with this when I play Spider-Man, who's like my second main. Like, you can be above their head and their basic attack will still hit you. It's really, really bad when you're playing as a melee character, because they'll just track you and kill you. But if you can leap Cloak and Dagger out, you could probably kill her. I wouldn't recommend it though. Stick to tanks. And that's it for the video, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As of right now, I have around 60-ish hours on the game. About 10 of those alone are just strictly on Wolverine. I've played a little bit of competitive. I think with Wolverine, I've played 14 games and I've won 10 of them. So I feel like I understand the character well at this point. I understand his matchups well and how to play him well. But feel free to give the video a like and a share. Comment your thoughts on Wolverine, if you think he's horrible, if you think he needs a buff, if you think I'm full of shit and he's just a dog shit character. Just let me know. You guys have a good day.